Gotta test that audio. All right, bass nerds.
I love nerd.
Yeah.
Get your headphones out because today we are going to be A/B testing the difference between the WRSHP Bass Micro Synth patch and the real Electro Harmonics Bass Micro Synth. I've gotten a lot of requests from this. You might see some YouTube comments. Also, some friends and people in the community have asked, hey, Adam, can you do a soloed out comparison between the two, or can we just hear the bass micro synth by itself? Now, I was pretty hesitant to actually do that. And the reason why is because when I created the WRSHP Bass preset, it was really meant to be done in context with other instruments. Sometimes when you solo out an instrument that has been mixed, it's going to sound completely different on its own. And sometimes the tone might not even be as desirable. And I really wanted people to understand that this was a preset that was designed to almost be, in a way, mix ready, or at least a really good jumping off point for your bass. Now, I'm excited about how close that we were able to get the micro synth sound, and there have been some really great updates that have streamlined the signal flow in the new WRSHP Bass version 2. So I just wanted to kind of jump on here and show you really how the actual micro synth sounds up against the WRSHP Bass preset. And I think you're going to be pretty pleased with the results. At least I was pretty pleased with the results. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and make sure you listen to this on earbuds or headphones. I can't stress that enough, especially in bass. You know, you want to get that low end. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's just go ahead and jump in. So as you can see here, I have the micro synth and the HX Stomp both lined up. Generally speaking, you're going to want to have the compressor on. That's my recommendation, just because the preset relies pretty heavily upon, well, not the preset, but the tone relies pretty heavily upon the compressor. So I keep that on. Here is what it sounds like with the compressor, and this is going to be the clean tone, the quote-unquote clean tone. So as you can hear, that's a pretty dirty tone.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And that is part of the preset. It's an overdriven tone. It's meant to emulate the tone hammer. Here's what it sounds like without the compressor, just so you get a good gauge for what that sounds like. So what that's going to be doing for you, it's going to be limiting some of your dynamics for when you're playing this preset with a pick. And then it's going to give you just some more sustain and help you just poke out in the mix a little bit more. I find that that's good to hit over first once you have a context for clean tone. But then when we're engaging the micro synth, I find that it's best to turn that off before you hit the micro synth preset. So here is the WRSHP Bass Micro Synth. So that effect is a combination of different blocks, a synth harmony, we've got a fuzz in there, we've got an EQ gate, and that's how we're getting that emulation. Now for the micro synth itself. So that is what the micro synth sounds like. Pretty close. This is done after a lot of tweaking. The micro synth specifically here, you'll notice that really deep octave low end, of course, very synthy. that can be difficult to track sometimes. One thing I like about the digital emulation in the preset is you're going to get that same tone just without all that low-end warble. And of course, just like the micro synth at the end, you have that gate. And again, the bass micro synth. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick moment to thank this video sponsor, which is actually me. My company that I started called Astra Audio. This is the company that all of our presets are going to fall under, and really we just exist to help resource musicians that are volunteers and professional alike, whether you're a semi-professional who's being a weekend warrior, or you're a church volunteer, or maybe you're out on the road. The real goal with these presets and with other goals to grow in other ways too is to help resource you and provide super high value tools that are competitive to what other people are providing in the market, so that way you can just focus on making music and doing the creative things that you want to do. I don't make a ton of money off of this. This is just something that I kind of started as a passion project, but also any support that you give really just goes towards, in a way right now, keeping the site up so that people can continue to utilize these presets. I've recently just added some merch that I think that you guys will like. This trucker cap, black on black, says Astro Audio, and it's got the Event Horizon black hole logo on it. You can pick that up on our site. We've got a worship-based dad cap and a mug. Really nothing crazy. I'm not here to like bankroll off of this thing. I just want to keep the thing up so that people can continue to make music and enjoy serving in their church environment. So if you'd be so kind, you can visit the website, which is adamtruitt.com/store, and go check out the merch. If there's something that you like, cool. If not, dude, don't even worry about it. We're just glad you're here, and thanks for enjoying the presets and your support so far. And we're gonna get right back into this video so that way we don't waste any time. And just for good measure, let's go ahead and see how the rat sounds. So once again, here is the clean tone. And then with the rat, you kind of see where I'm going with this. We're gonna go ahead and stack them. such a big sound. Very broken up sound when you combine these two. So you don't want to do that all the time. One thing that I often hear too, just a general complaint on even the regular micro synth, is its ability to track. So as a general rule of thumb, I typically don't play anything below the A note on the bottom string, because when you do, it sounds like this. Now, did that sound terrible? No, that's a really cool sound, but most of the time it's not going to track. And I'll do the same here for you. One thing that's really cool about the HX Stomp, though, is the ability to mix in your dry signal on the synth harmony patch. So you can still get some of your clean tone to punch through and help with the attack, but generally speaking, I find it's better to stay within range, meaning not going below that A note. But overall, that's the micro synth that you hear in everything. All of the stuff that we're putting out in terms of video demos, I'm not doing any post-production. You're literally just hearing that over a track where the original bass was taken out. So you're hearing how that sounds in a proper mix. Generally, I don't like to share soloed sounds because things sound very different in context than they do solo, but I just wanted you guys to see that's how they two compare. It's a very close emulation. These things are kind of a one-trick pony. You can see them, on the used market for anywhere between $300, $320 versus, for the price of a coffee, as Josh Scott would say from JHS Pedals, you can just get the preset and get that same great tone. And a whole lot of other things. Just the worship bass tone altogether, the rat, the compression, the EQ, it's mix ready. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to visit adamtruitt.com. That's where this preset is. And of course, we have new merch up as well. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money from this. I just put that on the site just because it helps support being able to continue putting out these presets and to support the bass playing community. So your support means so much over the years. I hope you enjoy and look forward to seeing you out there.